Welcome to the ITM Podcast.
This is episode 260 of the ITM Podcast, the official Boston Red Sox podcast of the CLNS Media Network, brought to you by Prize Picks, the exclusive daily fantasy partner of the CLNS Media Network, and by Game Time Tickets, the best place to buy tickets online to sports, to concerts, to all your favorite events, and the Boston Red Sox. Haven't done anything, but there's a couple headlines, a couple rumors. We're going to get to it all. My name is Joey Copponi and Scott Neville. Scott, how you doing?
Well, good. I didn't know we were dressing up today, though.
Dude, this is just how I dress.
No, it's not.
This is how I dress.
No.
What are you talking about?
This is the best dress you've ever been, and that's a low bar.
On an unrelated note, I saw the Bob Dylan movie recently, and just inspired, you know? Gonna start putting some shit on, you know what I mean? That's what the kids say when you wear something cool, good. They say, like, you got that shit on.
I didn't know that. That's news to me. But you're so, I don't know, much younger.
Young, yeah.
Yeah, youthful.
Yeah.
No, I think I do. I would do I would have a personal stylist if I knew how to get one, I
think you just hire them. You give them money and they do the work. I think that's
yeah,
what
but
you
like,
do.
when do you get the right? What website do you go to for that?
You ask your friend Joe.
No, I need somebody that knows what they're doing.
Boston Red Sox have a lot of headlines, huh? But not really, because it's the same headlines, but they're slightly different and they're slightly altered and they're equally as vague and stupid. Because coming into this show, I was like, Scott, there's like nothing to talk about again. And you were like, what are you talking about? There's all sorts of shit to talk about. Let's fly through it. Cassis. I guess we start there because Craig Breslow said we're not shopping Cassis. What are you talking about? We're not shopping Tristan Cassis, which is a lie, a bold-faced lie, because they did. They did. He was included in the trade package to Seattle. There's been some other rumors of him being attached to Masataka Yoshida in one way or another, to one team or another. I believe that those were the case and that he had been in talks. Maybe they mean not shopping him anymore, or maybe they mean they were entertaining the idea, or that they didn't bring his name up, but other teams did. Either way, good sign for me and for you and for anybody listening at home with a brain and a heart, because I don't think that you can possibly trade Tristan Cassis after saying such a thing, right? That's what I'm telling myself, right?
I don't know, man. I'm really scared. I wasn't the first round. And now Heyman saying he's available, which, like, yeah, okay, everyone's available. But, like, is that real? Like, you know what I mean? Usually there's some truth to it. Usually those guys get moved eventually. I don't understand the general, like, I don't know, Boston must not think he's as good as everyone else thinks he is. I don't really know. And also, maybe that's not even true, because we couldn't even get Luis Castillo for that guy. They talked about Yoshida having to be thrown in there, but Yoshida, like, people forget, yeah, he's overpaid. Productive player. If you need a DH, he's like a legitimately good option, like above average bat. He's an above average bat, and I feel like everyone just acts like he needs to be DFA'd.
I looked it up. 3 years, Masataka Yoshida. Each of those years, he's owed $18 million.
Yeah.
That's a fine price. So it's what, $54 million. $354 is what's left for Masataka Yoshida. It could very well be money stuff that they couldn't work out with Castillo's money. I know they didn't want to retain any. Boston probably thought they should retain some. Same thing with Masataka, working that out. It could have just been that. And also maybe they came to their goddamn senses and were like, hey, Tristan Cassis is probably your second best bat. Maybe we don't need to take him out of the lineup. Us becoming more right-handed doesn't mean we get rid of one of our best left-handed options. Yeah.
It's frustrating because I feel like the thing that would be most upsetting about that whole situation would be that I think it's pretty obvious to say that Tristan Cassis hasn't had his best season yet. So, like, you're going to trade him now? Like, if I don't know. It doesn't
Makes
make
no
sense
sense.
to trade him ever, but like next year, if he hits, 41 home runs, you're going to be like, well, that was, why?
Like, let me ask you this, and I think this is a legitimate question.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to phrase this right.
Probably not.
Leading up to their free agency, so like just in their first their 6 years, right? Who has the better body of work when it's all said and done? Tristan Casas, Jarren Duran. Like, who do you have more confidence in that stretch?
I guess Casas, but to be honest, Duran has a healthy lead right now.
Duran does have a lead, and I
Yeah.
still have more faith
Yeah.
that Casas has a better body of work
Yeah.
when the day comes.
But don't trade either.
No, I'm not advocating for trading Jarren Duran. It's more just like a this reflection that I had with myself where I was like, I think I have more faith in Tristan Casas to repeat or excel what he's already done versus Jarren Duran doing the same thing. Maybe that's a better way to put it. That like if Jarren Duran's best season was last year, I'm not saying I would bet the house on that being the case, but it wouldn't floor me. If Tristan Casas's 2023 was the best he ever is,
no chance.
Color me shocked. That's a horse of a different shocked color. Is that the phrase?
Not one I've heard.
No, probably not.
It's like you're leaving out like a part of this.
Horses. What were you saying about horses?
No, I'm moving on from the phrase. First of all, that was you, not me. We haven't even gotten into the juiciest part of this discussion, which is the Vladimir Guerrero Jr. aspect of this whole thing.
Mixed feelings on this, but one of the reasons folks are assuming that Tristan Casas might be moved or is at least in these trade discussions, and one of the reasons why the Red Sox maybe are a little timid to pay Alex Bregman, why they haven't really made a move on Arenado. I don't really know why that one comes into play, but you're talking infielders, I guess, is that they're saving that dollar, saving that bullet for next year for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I want your thoughts first because I got a lot of them and I don't want to just impress my thoughts on you. I also don't want to impress you with my thoughts because they're big boy thoughts. So you take it away. What do you think? Do you think any truth to such an idea? Would you like it? Fucking what's in your head?
As far as the truth to it part, I don't know why Nightingale would make up that there is interest from Vladdy and that there's interest. I'm sure the Red Sox are interest in adding a superstar. So I believe the mutual interest part of it, but I think the idea that you're saving resources, that you're making moves with Casas, you're doing all these things for a chance at a free agent next summer or fall is immensely stupid. Makes no sense at all, and that they shouldn't be. This isn't a team that is waiting 2 years. This isn't the Dodgers who have a 100-win team and can take 1 year off of free agency to then get Ohtani in 2 years. That was the only scenario that's ever really made sense to me where you talk about something like this. It's one thing to be excited about it or to think that that's an option. It's not a one or the other. Certainly not with Casas. I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't have Devers at third, Casas at first, and Vladdy DHing, or you have those three spots be those three players. At that point, if you do get Vladdy, then you have a conversation about Yoshida for 2026. You can get rid of him pretty easily, however you do it. Or play him in left field, who cares? But the idea that you're making these moves now for a chance at Vladimir Guerrero next year, who's a good player, but even a great player at points, but doesn't really is not a franchise-altering decision, in my opinion. I don't know why you would even talk about that. And the money that's being thrown around for Vladdy, like 450 or whatever, is asinine, especially with his build, which, no one really, I feel like, I don't know if that's
Fat.
being talked about enough, but he's a fat guy. And
Yeah.
those guys tend, I don't know. I'm not going to compare him. Like, it's not like, oh, everybody's Pablo or something where you're just going to cash in, but I don't know. That's far from the main reason I'm upset, but that's a factor why I wouldn't want to give him 450. Much more so. People are talking about it with Devers. Devers
Yeah.
comparatively is half the size of Vladdy.
The thing with the whole situation that doesn't make any sense to me is, I mean, one, don't you dare, this is at the Red Sox, don't, I'm not yelling at you. Don't you dare tell me wait. You told me wait in 22. I waited. Then you said full throttle. Then you said wait. And then this year you said CBT. Don't you dare tell me wait. Don't you tell me wait. I'm not going to wait. Now. It's now, right?
Now.
That's the first thing. I'm done with the whole like, well, next year maybe we could. I'm not going to focus on next fucking offseason. This team, as it is right now, has a chance to make the postseason. I'm not going to next offseason. And the other thing, the thing that's bigger to me is like, I have a really hard time believing they're hesitant to give Bregman what, 160?
Maybe 200 at the absolute ceiling. It doesn't
At
seem
the
like that's
absolute ceiling, but like there's not a bidding war that we know of for Bregman. Has there been a report that there's a single offer on the table?
Not offer. It's always just been Tigers, Blue Jays, Red Sox lately. Like, I think it was Heyman just said Red Sox, Tigers, and Tigers aren't coughing up money like that. So really, I don't know. It feels like the Red Sox should have to bid against themselves. This might be a JD Martinez situation where you wait till February and sign him.
Yeah, where you sit back and you go, hey, our number's 120. Sorry, our number's 120. Sorry, hey, what did the Tigers say? 85? Okay, our number's 120. We hear that you want 200, man. That sounds great. The offer is 120. That might very well be the case, but I don't know why 120 stops you from doing something massive next year. I don't think that would stop you, A. But B, if Vladdy was like this, was the prized whatever, like the golden goose that they had their eye on for years. And they went into this offseason thinking, we got to wait till next year because Vladimir Guerrero, free agent. Then maybe they wouldn't have put $700 million on the table for Juan Soto. Like they made that offer. That's there. Or right around 700, whatever you want to believe. Right up to $700 million they were willing to spend. If they prize Vladdy at this price that is going to cost them a full season of having a fielded infield, then I can't begin to wrap my head around that logic. That in the middle of winter they suddenly go, oh shit, why don't we just wait till next year? Like I don't see that being the case. Really, really hard time believing that.
Yeah, I don't know the idea that like flat, and also you don't have to move Casas to get Vladdy. Like like I said, there's 3 spots for big fat guys that are good at hitting baseballs. 3 of them, and they could all fit together. Yoshida,
you want Casas to catch.
Also,
is that what you're saying?
No, DH. Remember DH first and
you want Casas to DH?
No. I'm saying you have there's 3 big dudes that you're like you're trying to figure out where to put. Devers, Casas, Vladdy in this scenario.
Sure.
You can DH Vladdy, put Casas at first, put Devers at third, and you don't have to trade anybody. Also, the idea that they're trying to trade Casas now as if you have to get him off the roster a year before free agency begins. Like, why wouldn't you? Usually a team would wait until they've signed the guy and then go, oh, well, maybe now it doesn't work. It still would, but maybe in this scenario, if they don't think it's going to fit with Vladdy and Casas on the roster, maybe you worry about that when, I don't know, you have the guy. I think call me crazy there. So I don't think, to be fair, I don't think a lot of the reporting has been this way. I think it's been a lot of Twitter that's getting in our heads more than anything, because the Casas stuff seems to be on the table irregardless of Vladdy, which is super dumb and doesn't make any sense. It honestly seemed like more of an Arenado move like a couple days ago, which again still doesn't make any sense because you can just DH Devers instead of moving him to first.
Yeah.
I don't understand why everyone's
You
trying to
don't.
put Devers to first. That makes the least amount of sense of any move this offseason.
I mean, the amount of like, what is the maximum amount of years that you could move Devers to first before he becomes a DH, or not even to first? What is the maximum amount of years left that Rafael Devers plays the field?
Well, okay, move to first. I would say when is June? Because that's how
June.
long I would give that experiment.
Yep.
Third, Devers, I don't know. They can keep doing what they've been doing. It made sense to move him to DH. If you're just talking out to above average, get the most efficient production out of a player.
Yeah.
It makes
And also
sense
his longevity. Like I'm saying, like you have what, 9 more years of Rafael Devers. I would maximum 4 years in the field max.
If you don't care how he does at third base, he's got 4 years.
I mean,
more,
you also don't want the guy to kill himself and tear his Achilles. And
in that case, probably 4 years or so, 5 years, maybe more. But if you want him to be, if you want good defensive production at third base, it should have happened a while ago. It's pretty obvious at this point. So yeah, you're not even talking about it from like he's not going to get better. Like,
so in this scenario, people are talking about you trade
Casas.
Tristan Casas for 2 years of Devers at first, so Arenado can play third for 1, maybe 2 years, and then start it just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Like, there's been this whole obsession for years in Boston of young, controllable pieces and homegrown prospects and seeing them through. Casas was your number one prospect. He's here and he's beautiful and he's doing the things. He got a little hurt. And now they're like,
a car exploded in his rib cage.
He was in a car accident and people have no empathy for it. And they're like, oh, well, get rid of him and put Arenado at third and then put Devers at first. You trade Masataka, you DFA him, just DFA him. And then you put Vladdy at DH. You pay him $480 million to be a DH. And that is not the game that we've been playing. That is not the long game. Scott?
I feel like all the moves that they make in these MLB network lineups, like I saw yesterday, and all these like different moves have kind of been to just protect Yoshida in a way. Like they just don't seem to like it's like in all of these scenarios, like the DH doesn't exist. You're gonna put Yoshida there. Like, why did anyone ever suggest Devers could go to first instead of DH? Like, why was that ever mentioned? Like, clearly that's the move. It's not to first.
Mm-hmm.
Is his corner infield defense going to get better because he's on the other side of the field? Like, that doesn't make sense.
No, I think that's also like a protect Raffy thing because I think I've said this forever. Like I genuinely believe he wants to be in the field. He wants to play in the field.
Third makes way more sense than first. So much more sense than first.
I think people just see that he's built like a first baseman and are like, put him over there. And It's like, I don't know. Raffy's arm is a lot better than his. I don't think of him as like, can you picture him stretching?
No. I picture him getting hurt stretching.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I picture.
Also, I will say a lot of this has come from, I feel like this is just media being like, I'm not too like,
yeah.
I'm talking this through and I'm like, this isn't how Breslow feels. This isn't how the Red Sox feel. No one's
It's not how they operate.
The Red Sox haven't said this. Like, I don't know. I feel like in a weird way, there's a good chance that all of these things are happening. You know, all these articles are coming out and the Red Sox are just sitting there going, that's not what we're doing at all. Like, what are you guys talking about? I do think there's validity to the Arenado thing, but again, I think that would be a DH. Rafael Devers should not play a single game at first base for his entire career. That would be silly.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. And it's inevitable that he becomes a DH at some point. So I don't know.
I did get myself excited for a second about the theory that the reason why people were talking about the Arenado thing and they moved Devers to first was to leverage Bregman's camp because we have a backup plan. And then I got discouraged because I thought about it for like 2 minutes. And the guy that broke that was John Denton, who's a Cardinals beat writer, not a Red Sox beat writer. So you figure if the Red Sox were going to leak that wouldn't come from John Denton. That wouldn't really make a whole lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, maybe that one actually makes sense. And then I was like, no, it won't. So it's upsetting.
You know what's not upsetting?
Getting gosh, I don't know what read you're going to do. Go ahead.
It's playoff time, and it's now or never. Don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. So if you have $1, what's $1 times 1,000, Scott?
$1,000.
What? $1,000? Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, Georgia, and Florida. And Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. What? You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value to your lineup. You think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 passing yards this week? You think Patrick Mahomes will throw more than 1.5 touchdowns? I do. Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. Download the app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS. You get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. What was the other thing?
Doesn't
matter. What was the other big headline, Scott?
I just got a notification that we have to watch the top 10 reliever market right now on MLB Network. They're doing their top 10 relievers for 2025, so I got to go.
Oh, shit.
They do a list, and they use a bunch of zip-zap numbers that we've never heard of. They don't use, ERA.
Oh, nice. They use, FORP?
Yeah, they're top 10 FORP guys. They use it's like the shredder. Remember that? You ever seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're using the shredder, and it's shredding their predictions. So I gotta go watch that, see who the
all right,
top
well,
10
wait,
are.
real quick. Do you have an extra 20, 30 minutes?
I can report it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay. Yeah.
Relievers. There's a lot of relievers out there, huh?
Yep.
And the Red Sox were linked to
14
of them.
I could do it.
Which means nothing. It means they'll probably get one of them. If you're linked to 14 guys, I just think that that's just another way of saying you're exploring the market.
I can have some bullet points from that.
Yeah, please.
So, he said Tanner Scott's the prize. He's basically everyone's in on him. Then he said, and you're going to hear a lot of keywords here that you've heard before, okay? So Jeff Hoffman. The Red Sox have stayed in touch with Jeff Hoffman's camp. All from Cotillo. They have checked in on Carlos Estevez. They have had multiple conversations with AJ Minter. And they've tried to sign Tommy Kahnle in the past and have checked in again. Can we tell the Tommy Kahnle story at this point, you think, with it from winter meetings?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
you tell it.
All right. 2023, the Xander one, 2022, technically.
It was December. No, it was December of 23. It was a year ago. No, it was 2 years ago. It was
No,
December
yeah.
of 22. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah. The San Diego winter meetings, the run bogey sign. That year, Cotillo told us we were going to get a reliever. We're about to get a reliever. And we're at the bar where everyone is. It's like Jeff Passan, John Heyman, Alex Cora was hammered. It was like there was a lot. Kyle Tucker was at the bar. It was everyone.
Oh, Jose Bautista.
Yeah, always. Jose Bautista was always on my hips that whole trip. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave us alone, dude.
He held the door for me at the airport, and I swear to God, I saw him every 5 minutes after that for the rest of the 4 days.
It's like, dude, holy shit, will you go somewhere else?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And so he was like, Cotillo was like, hey, Tommy Kahnle, he's coming to the Red Sox. No, he didn't say that. He said
that.
The Red Sox are about to sign a reliever. And he wouldn't tell us who, as if we were going to go off and tweet it or immediately or something. Wouldn't tell us. And then he did a lap around the bar. Came back and it was like the Yankees got him. It was supposed to be it was supposed to be Tommy Kahnle. We lost him like right now. It was like that was crazy. That was one of the.
It was like 40 seconds. Yeah, he took the quickest lap, looked at his phone, came back, and was like, Yankees got him.
We were on the same drink, no doubt about it.
Before
he came back, it was like we lost him. It was over.
He's gone. So
we were close once.
There was a moment. There was a moment where Tommy Kahnle very much in the cards.
Yeah,
and that moment is back.
Yeah,
is it equally as exciting now?
Nope.
No. He feels like a Yankee. Something about his name.
Tommy Kahnle. Yeah.
Yeah.
48. Just feels like that's a Yankee number. That's a Yankee.
They're bringing in Tommy Kahnle. Is he having a good year? Holy shit, he's having a good year.
Changeup. Good changeup.
Oh, that changeup is nasty. Yeah. I can just feel it. It's like a Yankee Stadium night.
Yeah. Probably because you've seen this exact sequence. This isn't like
because it happened. Because I watched it a bunch of times.
You can visualize it because you've seen it in real life.
Yeah. It's like I'm like, wow, I can like picture Kenley Jansen on the Red Sox.
Yeah, you can picture him the Red Sox uni.
Yeah. Closing games
in 2025. I cannot in 2025.
Dude, is he in the top 10 relievers on the market? Because he's still available somehow. You think he's negotiating for himself with the Dodgers? You think he's like, what about $11?
Yeah, whatever you can. I will take a backloaded vet minimum. Like you can put it in the 2030s. I don't know.
Or you think he's just there and just like warming up right now? You think he's just like
I mean, he was in Dodger Stadium like the next day, just in a suite. That was like a real thing that happened.
God about that.
We joke about it, but like he did do that. Like he was just like there and just being like, "Go guys, come on, we're back."
Yeah, let's go, fellas.
Yeah,
it was so fast, man. I want to know more Kenley dirt. I want to be more upset about that. The thing is, like, I can't because it's not like he quit on the team in a pennant race or something. You know, if they were 2 games out in the last week or something, like he quit on the team that like sucked. But like, I don't know. We should have been more mad about that. I remember you and or I was at least. I know I was rip shit about it.
Yeah, it was one of those things that didn't matter, but it was crazy.
Everybody's reaction was like, yeah, season's over. Did you guys have dads? Did you guys have fathers in your life? You're gonna, it's stunning to me to be like, yeah, he quit on the team, whatever. It's like, I think my father would rather find out that I actually killed a person than find out that I quit on the team. I don't care if it's Little League.
I think it's great. I remember that now because I remember that rant. We both kept prefacing it with, assuming there's nothing going on, because at this point we didn't know. This would be my take. This is my take if there is something going on. This is my take if there's not. And then like the next day, he went on like Bradfo's thing and like when baseball was boring or something. It was like, nah, I was just like chilling, just about like why.
And he was like, Bradfo gave him such an out and was like, was there other circumstance? Like there had to be something going on, right?
Yeah.
Not really.
I'll tell you what was I'll tell you what was going on. I was sick of watching those dog shit Red Sox players. That's what was going on.
I was
And
thinking about the
also thinking to
beaches in
myself,
Curacao, and my God.
yeah, I was like, I just don't want to be here type of thing. And I told Alex, and he was like, that's fine. So I cleared out my
We
locker
were
before
covering
reporters could
our
get there.
asses. I do remember that like every 2 minutes we'd be like, again, if it's a family thing.
Yeah, because we expected. That's the only thing that made sense. It was crazy to believe that it was just like we didn't want to just be like, local radio just freaking out over stupid things and then have to walk it back. Like it felt like there had to have been a thing, but no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's stunning. It really, really did feel like there was about to, it was about to break that, somebody was on their deathbed, and that's why he had to rush back there. Not the case. Not the case. Can you imagine Kenley just comes back?
That would be so awkward and awesome. I tell you what, we were talking about spring training before we started recording. I would be there day one if he comes back just to see it.
That would be the only scenario in which I would be okay with the Red Sox missing the postseason again. Is if they went to Kenley and were like, look, Kenley, we know we told you that like year one was going to be tough, and year two we were going to compete, and year two we didn't even kind of compete. Year three is go time. And they bring them back, and then they 70 wins again.
2 years.
That would be the only scenario.
2 years, we're this close to Vladdy. Once we get Vladdy, we just got to get Casas out of here for this season. In 2 years, we're going to have Vladdy. You're going to have Vladdy. You're going to have Devers, the first baseman. And they're going to DH your first base. It's going to be crazy. Nolan Arenado is going to be 37, maybe 40. And he's going to be playing third. It's going to be awesome.
Can you picture it, Kenley?
We're moving. Hello? It's 2026. We're going to move Garrett Whitlock back and forth between starter and reliever still. This is going to be...
Picture it with me. Garrett Whitlock, the starter. Huh?
Huh?
Huh? You like what you're hearing? I can see. I can tell. I genuinely don't think there's a number that would bring Kenley Jansen here.
No, because he would have to every day deal with his actions toward the end of the year and the things that he said in the past. It would just be
He would have to deal with that. And then also, he's at the end of his career. He just wants to win one more.
Yeah.
And I really want to know what his price would be to be like, throw that notion away.
30?
Come back here. $100 million 1 year. Make history, Kenley.
With this team, it might be not as hard. You trade Casas, you trade Yoshida.
I think it's also think about all of the relationships that players have with staff and personnel and all that stuff.
He's not coming back under any real
right. I'm just saying he knows that he would still have to deal with all that shit.
I'm just saying you might be able to get him for 20 this year, 25. It's not going to take 100 with the team they have constructed. You trade Casas, you cut Yoshida just to do it.
But he'd be thinking the whole time, I got to see this trainer again. Yep. I definitely cursed him out near the end.
Yeah.
And the clubbies, they didn't like me near the end. I left my locker a mess when I left. That's going to be awkward. That would all be there.
Who is that guy, Nick Sogard? Who the hell is this guy? I keep forgetting this guy's name every time I see him. Because it was definitely Nick Sogard. That was what we. It was
definitely Nick Sogard. I forgot about that he didn't know everybody's name.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's so awesome. Maybe he forgot that he was ever in Boston and he would take a deal. I'm not trying to get Kenley here. I just think it'd be fucking funny.
I'd want a doc for that season.
Still no date on the doc, by the way.
No, it's not.
But we do have a date for Truck Day, February 3rd.
What is that? That Monday? I think that's always on a Monday.
Is Truck Day always on a Monday?
I made that up. It is a Monday, though.
It is a Monday.
That's a feeling thing, and if that's true, that's crazy because that's
Yo,
just
what a
vibes.
crazy 1-2 holiday. You got Groundhog Day, Truck Day back to back?
It's gonna be a God. I don't know how I'm gonna be so like this place is gonna be a mess from the Groundhog Day party. And then to have to
I
just
know.
clean it up right into the Truck Day party isn't gonna be that's gonna be bad.
I want to look something up about Groundhog Day.
Yeah, that's for this show.
How often does that groundhog see his shadow? What? The groundhog has seen his shadow 107 times and has not seen his shadow 20 times.
Which one is which?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Seeing his shadow is longer winter. Not seeing his shadow is the short winter. So it's a big deal if he doesn't see it.
Yeah.
But how do they
I'm just thinking the same thing. It's the first time I've ever actually thought it through.
how do they know if he sees
I'm
his
with ya.
fucking shadow?
I'm with you. I guess they watch him.
What?
Hey. I don't know what's going on with this at all. I know very little about Groundhog Day.
You know, what's funny is if you want to go to Punxsutawney, to see Punxsutawney Phil, which, by the way, as of the time of recording, is only 24 days, 11 hours, and 27 seconds away.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
You need tickets to get in there.
Oh, I bet. Expensive ones. You can
The
get
bus
that.
pass. Oh my God, the Gobbler's Knob parking pass is sold out. You guys got to get on this shit quick.
Is there a place where you could get all that information?
You know, I'll tell you where I get all my tickets. Maybe not to Groundhog's Day, but where I get them in general.
You could get them.
You can probably get them.
Like,
Game Time has a new feature called Game Time Picks that makes getting tickets for events even easier. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets to find the best value. Game Time Picks curation makes it easier to find better value for tickets to sports, concerts, comedy, theater, etc. And the seat views, you get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy. Game Time's lowest price guarantee will credit you 110% of the difference. If you can find a better price, you're not going to find a better price. You're not going to. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, then you create an account, and then you use code CLNS and you get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code CLNS for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. Bobby Dahlbeck.
No, hold on.
What?
You forgot to mention at the bottom of the ad read, if you get the VIP tickets,
Yeah.
you get to not go touch take a picture with Phil.
What?
Groundhog?
Are you looking at that? You're making shit up. Dude, don't make fucking false promises to people.
Like kind of my thing. Remember ITM? Remember the first year with you and Steve?
I try not to. Tickets are on sale, blah, blah, blah. Tickets will sell out. The bus pass is only $5. You guys are going to want to get on this fast.
It's a deal. You just go to CLNS.
The VIP section is sold out.
Yeah. Wow. You could have not touched and taken a picture with him.
Lunch with Phil. There's tickets for lunch with Phil. The Groundhog Banquet, obviously, that's sold out. That was probably the first to go. The Groundhog Ball, that definitely.
That's for like the older crowd, though.
Yeah, it's a different vibe there for sure.
It's for it's kind of for like the old money rich guys.
It's probably the same people who go to the Punxsutawney Community Foundation dance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's money in that. A lot of money in that.
You know where I spend my time when I go to Punxsutawney?
You tell me.
The Hospitality Village.
Okay.
I go there before I go to the members reception. I mean, obviously, members, you got to RSVP.
That goes without saying.
Bobby Dahlbeck is in Chicago, which is somehow less interesting than Groundhog Day. It's a bummer. It's a bummer.
Kind of is it not kind of the best thing for him?
I mean, he will make the team.
He'll lose 120 games, sure. But if he's ever going to get a chance to just get 350 at-bats, no matter his results, this is the path. If he's ever going to resurrect anything, this is the path. Easiest path, at least.
What do you put Bobby Dahlbeck's games at in 2025 and his OPS plus?
If they're smart, which I know the White Sox to be, I would say 58, 108 OPS plus.
Wow.
He only hits lefties.
I was going to say eerily similar numbers. I was going to say 71, 107.
I think if you, that'd be great. If you just used him as a left-handed platoon option, he'd be okay. Okay.
I think he would just be okay in a lineup that doesn't instill much fear into pitchers. I think he's just going to be okay if he's an everyday guy. If he plays 120 games, I think he's probably still fine.
He's been an everyday guy before. No bueno.
Not in Chicago. Not on the South Side, baby. There's also zero pressure on him now. I guess that's not true because I guess he does have like the pressure to, I don't know, maintain his career because this is really his last shot. Actually, maybe he has more pressure on him now. Doesn't do great under pressure, but love Bob.
Well, me too.
Yep. He looks good in a White Sox uniform. Rafaela and Joyer made a good jersey swap. He looks good.
I feel like that's a bad jersey for anyone.
Yeah. They just look like losers, you know?
They're just bad Yankee jerseys.
You know, it's amazing that the Royals don't get more shit for just wearing Dodgers jerseys.
But I like them.
I like them, but then I remember that I like them because they're just Dodgers jerseys.
To your point, I saw a clip today of the first round of the Yankees-Royals series.
Yep.
And they were talking about how, like, if this caught stealing was accurate, I remember who it was from. I don't think the Dodgers even make it. And I was like, that's the Dodgers series. That doesn't make any sense. And then I was like, oh, these are the Royals. So I actually got tricked today by that exact same thing, to your point.
Yeah, it happens, dude. It happens. The Red Sox are apparently the only option left for Nolan Arenado. We already kind of talked about that, but that was a report that had some legs that sounds correct to me. There's been no movement in the Bregman conversation. My hopes are not super high, but I sure do. I have more eggs in the Bregman basket than I do in the Arenado one.
Certainly.
Yeah. It does create a shuffle that gets gross, as we've been explaining here. Like, you have to move this person, put that person there. It just creates an ugly shuffle. Whereas you sign Bregman, you have a second baseman now. You don't have to put Von Grissom there. You don't have to put fucking David Hamilton or something there. Like, you have a real second baseman. So Nolan Arenado, thanks for the consideration.
I think I can convince myself that Von Grissom is going to be really good, though.
I can too.
I need to get to desperate first. Like, Bregman needs to sign somewhere. But, like, by February, we don't have Bregman. I'll watch him in the cages. I'll see a mic'd up moment in spring training.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the doc.
I'll go look at his stats again from the Braves. And I go, he's got what it takes. He hits everywhere. So,
Red Sox Netflix documentary. I still want to see if this is going to... The clubhouse, a year with the Red Sox. Still no date.
I really locked in on that. There's definitely no date. Never going to see it. Get used to it. It's going to have to be between now and April. So
it's got an IMDb.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Dolby Digital sound mix. Wow, they got all the tech specs here.
Of course.
One Potato Productions. That's
Excuse me?
definitely something.
I just thought you said something there.
Nope. Yeah, this is fine. I don't know. Interesting stuff. I know I will convince myself that this team is going to kick ass, whether or not they have Alex Bregman, whether or not they have Nolan Arenado, wherever they have Rafael Devers playing. I know I'm going to convince myself this is a very good team.
More hype this year than ever, for sure. Not ever. Since
Maybe
I
not
met
ever.
you. Since I met you, ever.
It is crazy that we have covered the Red Sox together, and even like my 1 year before, in the most irrelevant years.
Because we jumped on the professional, like we started our professional careers, even the first year we weren't together romantically or otherwise.
Sure.
We were both working, started the same year, and it was a tough one.
22, 22, 22, I'm still getting the hang of this. 22, 23, and 24 are historically irrelevant. And I'm ready to close the book on that chapter. Close the book. Yeah, close the book on that chapter.
Yeah.
That doesn't really make a lot of sense. Because you're not closing the book. You're just turning to the next chapter.
No.
Yeah. If you close the book on that chapter,
case,
that sounds like, I want to kill myself after that chapter, which is not what I mean. Well, kind of what I mean, but it's not what I mean.
Did you mean to say turn the page?
Turn the page. Turn the page. On the road again. That's a different song. You know what I'm talking about.
The first one, no. The second one, I've heard.
Pete
Seeger.
Seeger.
Just move on.
That's wrong. I think it's Bob Seeger. Are they related? Do you have any thoughts in your head? You got some takes you want to get out there?
Can I get two things?
Okay.
Now you got to do the thing first, because otherwise we're just gonna.
What do you think? We think what I'm gonna hold you up and.
I think you're gonna cut me off.
I'm not gonna cut you off.
You go
Let's
first.
Go for it.
You go.
Can you hear Goose?
Yeah, I just did it that time. Yeah.
He's been pathetic lately. I bought him a collar to try to keep him more quiet. Not just any collar. I didn't get him a collar and like tighten it around his neck and like keep him quiet. I got him a collar that's lavender infused. It's supposed to be calming. And I saw it the other day, and it's riddled with bite marks. He's been biting his own collar. So it obviously hasn't been working. And it was $40, this collar, and it lasts for like a couple of weeks.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Glad you got that off your chest, though. Kind of seems like you had a thought there. You should probably just play the thing.
You're still worried about the thing? I'm not even thinking about the thing anymore.
Yeah, but I can see your hand on the trigger, Joey.
My hands are sealed.
Keep them behind your back. Keep them behind your back.
Keep my hands behind my back. Okay.
No, look up. I want to see us.
Do you want them up or do you want them down?
Behind your back would be like, wow, yeah. Come on,
It's time to empty your brain of thoughts with Joey and Scott. Woo! Empty your brain of thoughts with Joey and Scott. What do you got? It's time to empty your brain of thoughts with Joey and Scott.
As you were saying, dude.
Yeah. All right, I thought this was interesting. So the Athletics, Jim Bowden, who's never wrong, he listed both the Red Sox as favorites for both Alex Bregman and Tanner Scott. Sammy James made an interesting point, where he said, if the Red Sox land Alex Bregman and Tanner Scott, they're the best team in the American League. I don't even think that's a hot take. And at first, I was like, whoa, that's a hot take, because I'm not usually, I think Red Sox, and I think not good. And then I'm like, there's no way they're going to be better than everyone. And I thought about it for a second. And
it's like, who's better?
I don't think they'll take it all.
No, the Yankees were just the American League representative in the World Series, if you remember.
And there was no
it
one
didn't go so well, but they were the rep.
They also we're by far and away the best team left in the AL, which is crazy. The Orioles have lost a lot. They did their rotation today, and it's horrible.
Wow. It's nuts. Isn't like Dean Creamer like their
Yeah.
number 1 or 2?
I don't know where they rank him. Charlie Morton is like 3. They got the guy from Japan who throws like 80 miles an hour but has really good control. Now he might actually. I think he's going to be a guy that's like a flash in the pan, like goes like 21 unearned or straight scoreless innings, and then he gets figured out type of thing. I don't know. To me, feels
21 unearned runs to kick off the year.
yeah, that would have been a little crazy. Scoreless innings.
Mhm.
That would have been a prediction. That would have been.
That would be
certainly-
one hell of a prediction. Yeah.
That would have been like the weird prediction we do in like
Yeah,
March.
I know.
That's what that would have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pretty interesting point. I think it is Red Sox Yankees. It might already be Red Sox Yankees,
I don't think that's too crazy.
which I don't want to be the guy that's going like homer pick, like that's insane. They just came in third, but like they didn't lose anything and they got better.
They got better and the division got worse.
The Orioles lost Anthony Santander. The Yankees are equal
Burns.
at best. Yeah, Burns and him. Pretty big duo right there. Like I thought we covered the rotation, but that's okay. And then no, it's fine. It's fine.
They lost a lot of people.
I just feel like you, I don't know, kind of tried to make me look like a dumbass there, but that's okay.
Well, you said something dumbass, but go on.
Well, no, because we already had previously discussed that there was no point in rehashing that. And then, Soto leaves stupid. Soto leaves new. And then they got a lot of changes, and they're equal at best. Maybe they're better.
Yeah, they got Max Fried.
Yeah, Devin Williams. I'm terrified of Devin Williams.
I'm not. Something happens when you put on those pinstripes. Something happens.
I don't know. I think, do you know how good he's been?
Yeah.
Do you know
did you know how good Class A had been?
Well, actually, Williams also gave up a home run to lose it for the team.
Yeah, would you look at that?
Wow, they put him in they photoshopped the Yankees hat. They kept the beard on. The whole thing was not right.
It's yucky.
He had a 1.25 ERA last year. Like limited.
Can I real quick just deposit a little thought that's like kind of relevant?
Sure.
I hope the Yankees keep the no facial hair rule because it makes them so much more hateable. I like it because I hate it,
I like it because it makes me feel like it takes a piece of every new player that's like Verdugo lost everything, all his swagger. It was just you would be good. It's like when there's certain video games where like sports video games where you have like a scheme fit. And each player has a scheme, each team has a scheme. And when you put like an 80 overall in the right scheme, it becomes like an 85. For him, with the Yankees, it's like you take a bunch of 85 overalls, you make them 78s because they're in the wrong scheme.
It's much like MLB The Show, where like your equipment gives you boosts.
Yeah.
You have these, you wear the Oakleys, guess what? Your plate vision just went up 2 points.
For some reason.
Yeah. And like all these things, you take the beard away from a lot of these guys.
Speaking of.
Yep.
I think when we said, where's Alex Verdugo going to go? I want to say my guess was the Pirates.
I think you did say the Pirates.
I think
I'm going to give that to you because that sounds right.
I remember the Reds were tossed out there as well, but I think that was you that said the Reds. Still could happen. Neither of us are
I think I did say the Reds. Look at you with the memory, dude.
Robert Murray say the Pirates are hot after Alex Verdugo, and Cotillo confirmed. I don't know why that would be someone you would. I don't know. I think it would be a lot better. I think I've always said I think you'll have a good year with like the Pirates, someone like the Pirates.
If we're just talking about shitty ass free agents, Verlander and San Fran is gross.
Yeah, hate the. You know what I realized though? I realized I hate it, but the uniform thing in my head, because he's been in the Astros, which is obviously orange, and the
Yep.
Tigers, I can
Yep.
kind of see it. Like he stayed in the same color scheme, which I appreciate.
That's good. That's good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Night.
Even the Mets got a little orange.
Good for Verlander, dude. A full career up to this point into his 40s wearing orange.
Yeah.
Good for him. He deserves it.
Do you think he gets 40 more wins?
This year?
No, not this. No, it's total.
What is he 40 from benchmark?
He's at 262, so he's 38 from 300. But they also today I saw a Randy Johnson comparison where it was on MLB Network, and they were just saying at this point in their careers, I don't know if they went by age or innings or games or whatever. One was at 262, one was at 263. Randy was at 263. He got over 300 though, and I was like, well, I don't think. Does Verlander have 40 more wins? At least put a 5 more seasons in him or something? That sounds insane. There's no way. Maybe 3.
You're basically
really
talking about
seasons.
3 more years.
3. Well, really good year. I mean, you gotta have 13, something like that. 12 wins. Or you get 36. You would need to get more than 12 wins a season for 3 years.
I mean, he looks 47.
In San Francisco. I don't think he's going to be a 12-win pitcher in San Francisco for 3 straight years, and that still wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
San Francisco stinks. The number 2 pitcher.
No,
right now
he
is
doesn't
just
do
like,
it. There's no way he does it.
No way.
This might be his last contract.
No, absolutely. I thought it was no. The reason why I say that is because I saw that and I was like, well, that's an insane comparison because he is. I mean, regardless of his own abilities. I mean, we're talking about wins here, and we're talking about the Giants, and I don't know.
Where does he
Robbie
fall
Ray's
among
the number 2
oldest pitcher to win a Cy Young? Is that him?
Probably not. I feel like,
Verlander won it at 39.
I feel like Randy
There
Johnson.
were only 2 older than him.
No one.
Early
Arenado
Win
probably
and Gaylord Perry.
Yeah, they're probably like 105 when they did it. They won 35 games.
Clemens was also 39. Randy Johnson also 39. Yep. So they both won their final Cy. I mean, who knows? They both won a Cy Young at 39 years old. But Randy Johnson went on to. Yeah, I mean, it's possible, bro. But I mean, I don't know. I don't like underestimating Justin Verlander because he continues to prove me wrong.
I've always thought he was going to be good. I think this is the first year where I'm not like enamored by him. But even now that I'm looking at Randy Johnson was not a good pitcher for the bulk of what we're talking about here.
No.
Age 41 on, 3.79, 5 ERA, 3.81, 3.91, 4.88. It wasn't
Wait,
bad.
he pitched till he was 45?
Yeah.
Bananas.
With the Giants, which was the first time I've ever seen him in a Giants uniform. It was very weird to me.
Wow.
That's why
Both
everyone's
closing
doing
out their
numbers.
career is in San Francisco.
Well, again, not necessarily.
Bye-bye in the Bay. Bye-bye birdie. Bye-bye. That's good.
No.
That's something. Bye, babe.
Birdie.
Yeah.
He got it.
Mm-hmm. I got a New Year's resolution. I reworked it.
Oh, so you're no longer getting in shape?
No, I'm probably still going to do that. 365 movies. I'm going to do it. Yeah. I'm going to do it.
Well, hold on, Joey.
Hit it.
You have one of the worst professions for that because
all summer my
you have to watch
evenings are taken up.
Right, you have a 3-hour baseball game to watch 162 times this year.
And I'm probably going to need some palate cleansers. And I'm going to need something to take my brain away from it. And I don't go to bed at 10 p.m.
I know that, but it's a lot of TV. That's committed. I'm going to tell you what. If you watch the same amount of baseball as last year and you watch a movie a day, you can kiss that get in shape goal away because you're guaranteeing 6 hours on the couch on top of work. So if that's the goal you want to get, it's a pick or choose unless you want to stop doing the baseball thing.
Yeah, there's a thin little window in there. We'll figure it out, folks. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for following and subscribing and whatever. You If you're not on the YouTube, come on over to the YouTube. We're having a good time on the YouTube. New backer is killing it. My fit is going crazy. Scott's wearing blue. And come on over to the YouTube. It's a good time over here. The YouTube's growing. So and it's going to get more active especially as we go to spring training. We'll make a vlog. We'll make I'm going to make Scott take grounders with tech. I'm making that up. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, there's no way we can do that.
No, tech scares me. I've never spoken to Jason Veritek.
He's very scary.
He's very scary. And not that he's mean. He's just intimidating in the fact that he's Jason Veritek. And he's just,
serious.
He's in the zone. I don't want to throw him out of the zone. He's a serious guy who's in the zone.
I think I would do well against his ground balls if he was just hitting like fungo missiles at me, though. I do feel good about that.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You think he would hype you up? You think he'd be like, nice kid?
No, I don't think he would care at all.
If he thought you were like 16, do you think he'd be like, there you go?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe that's the video.
I don't think we could convince anybody I was 16, though. I look so mature.
No. Follow us on the socials at ITM_pod. You can follow me at Joey Copponi. You can follow him at Scott Neville 46. Just like the date of the Red Sox game against the St. Louis Cardinals.
It's a good one.
Nolan Arenado's soon-to-be former team. Check that out. Was that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good, actually. That was on the fly. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. For Scott Neville, I'm Joey Copponi. Go Sox, kid.